we were in the game. We started remaking Dungeon Man from my C++ version, and I'm moving it to Ruby. I'm using objects instead of this crazy condition procedure that we were doing, 13 years ago. And where did we end up? We stopped while stuff was breaking. Oh yeah, I did some stuff. Okay. This is where we stopped. We were in the middle of making all the config to describe our game in, effectively JSON. This could be actually not a, we could read this from a file, which is actually probably the cool thing to do. It's like, take this, read it from a file. Oh yeah, I want to put that in my nope, to do, change config, object to JSON file, something like that. Because that'd be really cool, right? Then you just have like a directory of games that is just a bunch of JSON files, and you just read in the game that you want. That'd be pretty cool, I think. So we were describing the config. We figured out as we were doing this that we got some names wrong. We got some things misnamed, and then we also needed to add some things. So, for instance, I don't think we gave rooms even a name. This is a name of a room. We didn't have that. So we broke a bunch of tests. We're going to have to fix the test. So the first thing I have in the list is fix the test. Then finish fleshing out those models based on our new ideas that we discovered while we were creating the description of our game, the config for the game. Figured out like, oh, cool, we need, there were certain things that we figured out that we didn't have yet. So we're adding those. Figure out how to actually initialize the game in the loop. So yesterday I was like looking at argv and argf, like, oh man, how are we gonna like read the args? And I realized that that's not what we're doing here. We just start the game, start the script, and then we're in the loop the whole time. So we don't even have to bother with that, which is yay. Makes that easier, I think, or it's just less moving parts. And then once we do that, maybe at the end, we can figure out how to continuously feed our game object this new input over and over again. So that's my goal for today. Before I get into fixing tests, I did do a couple nice things for myself. I figured out before I started, I was like, I got to do some things so I don't have to struggle with this on live. So the first one I did was I added RSpec to a gem file. This just makes it so I can use a keyboard shortcut to run tests. It's just a lot easier than having to type it. So if I'm in a spec, I can actually go to a specific context or even a specific description, and I can just hit Command L and it runs the test, and it did it. And we failed because we got to fix the test, but it did run it. So it runs a bundle exec RSpec with colors, and then it just knows the file with the line. Oh, it's beautiful. One of my favorite plugins or extensions in VS Code. So that's that. And then to make that work, there's also another cool shortcut that gives me is I can toggle between my file and the tests. Command Option O lets me do that. And that only works if you notice the file location. So I had to move item into app models, and then the spec is in spec models. So those have to match. I think you can change it, but I think it's like by default kind of the Rails folder structure. So it's looking for that structure where app is the root, and then for spec it was just spec. So I did that as well. So if we look at this, looks like a lot has changed, but all I was doing was moving stuff around. So we've got like, yeah, app models. I put our command in there, which we maybe don't need. Game, item, player, room. And then we have the spec files for each. And then I left the main not in the app because that's like the runner file. Oh, I did make some stuff on the runner file. So let's look at that really quick. Also a thing I didn't want to struggle with for too long live, but I did get a very simple loop. And obviously these are going to change, but this is where, right? So like right here, we'll probably want to initialize the game. I mean, gold medal. It would be really cool if it knew. Maybe it would like initialize the game. That the initial prompt comes on and it's like, what game do you want to play? And then it can parse either file names or some or like a more global name in the config for what the name of that game is, and then you could like choose from a list. Oh man, that would be cool. Or type in a number or something. Up and down arrows and stuff like that inside the loop don't work super well because they're like key commands or like I can't remember what they're called. Like terminal specific commands. So like parsing terminal commands is actually hard. There's probably a gem for it, but we could just type in a number and get away with it pretty easy. So, but yeah, so this actually works. So if we open up, I think I lost. Yeah. So if we just do Ruby main, so that starts the loop and it asks us a question. I can say like go Dennis and, just an easy split. We can just get the action, get our object. So this, we'll have to handle special cases like when you do not Dennis, not is the action. So that's going to be special for that room. Or if you're not typing, right? Because we do know that like north is a thing. So, we'll have our parser, if the action is missing, you probably are just typing a direction. So then you could just type south and that will work. So, oopsie, if you do up, you get control characters. That's not what you want. And then exits the game. That was, we did it. So simple little loop, simple little, but then here we'll also need to figure out, right? Like, so the game gets initialized while the game is playing or not dead or something. We'll have some trigger. Even this prompt might also come from the game, like game.prompt, right? And then we'll need to pass whatever's coming out of gets into the game. And right, we'll probably want the game object to handle this parsing. So it'll be, inside game, there will be like a parse input or something. But that's later. That's past here. But just wanted to revisit that little while loop because I was like, yesterday after looking at ArcV, I was a little like, how are we going to get, it's the class that I don't use ever and going to struggle with it. It's simpler than that. We just can call gets. So that can go away for now. Gem file, standard. Just put it in the development group. Pretty easy. So let's go back to, we'll close some of these and just do one at a time. Who is broken? We'll just start at the top. So if we do bundle exec rspec. So first, it's just super mad at all of the relative requires that we did. So we got to fix that. Can we do... It would be cool if we could just say require the thing. I think that takes special sauce to do. So if we go out twice, into app, into models. Is that what we want? Models, spec, back in. Ooh, these are going to be gross. Go away. Okay, that does fix it. So we'll do that gross thing. So I need out app models thing. Okay. That fixes that one. There's definitely a better way, and I'm sure anybody watching is like, it's so easy. Cool. Right. Oh, this one will be nice. Boom, boom. Oh, not find. Did I just command W? Oh my God. Oh, phew. Save. Run it again. Okay. We're moving. Opening up all the specs. Okay. So now we're back to files are found. Now we're just actually breaking. So let's do these one at a time. So room is the most broken. But let's start with player. So I'm going to close everything. And then I can, look at, see how fast that, oh man, so good. So here's our player, the player spec. What is wrong with player? So I can actually go like this, just run the player spec. So it's missing look and name. We changed the name of look because that was a silly name for a description. Oh my gosh. I think that might actually be, yeah, that's breaking in the item. So we're going to have to let's fix item first, actually. Because item is in a room and it's on a player. So fixing this will fix all of our stuff. Okay, so the look is actually the description. I don't remember I don't think we changed get. Game. In game, we still called it get. It's like the get. It's like the flavor text for getting a thing. I don't know what to call that. I'm leaving it at, man, that might bite us because let's get a keyword. I don't know. We'll see. That does move. It moves description over. Okay. That moves those. Now we just need to change. It's all out of. Oh, wait. Oh, I did those out of order already. Nice. D. Okay. How's this guy doing? Missing keywords. Look and name. Oh, items need a name. We never named it. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, element. Name? What's this one's name? This is a flask. Flash. And then a name. Bonk. Okay. Run them again. Missing keyword. Look. Oh, we never changed item. We got to go back and change the item to have all this stuff. I'm pushing the wrong button. I keep looking down like it's going to help. There's no printing on the keys, guy. It's not going to help you. You're just nervous. Get description. Oh, we did add name here. Not sure why I did it like that. Okay. Oh, yeah, there's a cool trick to... I never use it. I don't use that enough, the option arrows to move a line. I don't use that enough. It's really cool. So we got description, we got our get, got our name, got our score. Where are we at on the specs? So if we run those again, we're good. Item works. Is that all we gave? An item? Let's see. Oops. name, score, description. Oh yeah, these are out of order because it looks better in the config. I mean, it looks better in the config reading it like this. So that's why I did that. Okay. So now let's go to player, open him up, run it. So player, the player's not missing a name. We just are initializing our item wrong. I know you're like hating that I have to sort those. I just need a plugin that does it for me. That would be nice. This is a flask. Always. It's always going to be a flask. Flask. Okay. Oh. So we didn't change anything on a player yet. Players just have items and scores. They don't have names. So that was nice. That fixed our player test. Cool. I think room is the only other one that's now broken. And it's probably because of item, actually. Yeah. We should be using, if I was going to, if we're making like a ton more objects and stuff, I would probably use something like Factory Bot to make all these items in rooms and stuff. That way I don't have to keep typing description and it would just, I just be like, create description or create item, and it has all the defaults. But we're just doing a simple thing right now. What do we got here? Missing keyword description. Okay, we must have made a new, where are we at? Oh, the room needs a description. We did it. Oh, when we make one? Right here. A, B, C, D. So the room also needs a name. That was a thing we figured out. Description. And it needs, I'm going to keep, it's so painful to watch. Every time I do it, I hate it. I could put it back, but then I'm just going to like, I'm not going to learn. Need to learn. Need to struggle. That's how you learn, struggling. So a room has description and a name that we don't know about yet, or just name. Oh, NPCs. Oh, we need those too. Jeez. Okay, so and it needs NPCs. I couldn't think of a better name. So did we decide? Oh yeah, so those are all defaults. You have to provide a description, and you should have to provide a name. That would be silly if you made a name. If you made a room that was unnamed. And we can do it like this. It's unused. Wrong one. Okay. Does it bother anyone that these don't? It bothers me that these don't match, even though I don't have to put them in this order. Oh, and I'm using my mouse to highlight like a noob. Get out of here. Yeah, better. Way better. Ugh. Now these don't. Oh. What do I do? Do I put them in this order and then put them in this order? I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Okay. Goes again. It's so hard. It goes against my love of alphabetizing. Okay. How's our room spec doing? Still bad. It's missing description and a name because I think when we never gave it one. Do we defaults? Okay, so these, and we have NPCs. I don't know what's more embarrassing, constantly going to the top of the file or using my mouse to navigate. I need to scoot my mouse over. Okay, sanity checks. Really? Oh, yeah. Um, do I make one anywhere else? We don't. Okay, so it's fine to say a big room. And then the name is, we're approaching main. Oh, it just fits. Is that, oh, beautiful. Okay. So what isn't working? NPCs is not set. Oh, yeah. Oh, wait a minute. We need to do it down here. Did it wrong. I wanted to do the option click. Okay, commands. Sorry, boring part. Just typing in everything. So what I want to do, I noticed that I was sharing, or I was having to duplicate these empty guys. And that's looking in that description, you might think, oh, there's something special about commands being empty here. And there's not. The only thing we're testing is that items, when it has something, returns that something. So having to duplicate all those empty states for no reason, it was just a distraction. So I just move them. This doesn't need to be that big. I just move them to the top so that they're always defined when you need them. And so now these look nice. And this is going to be NPCs. I need to make an NPC. Oh, we don't have an NPC object yet. That's one we need. Okay, what does an NPC have? What's the code I want to write? NPC. Oh. So they have a description. You can't get them. But we just made like list of responses. Responses? Ugh. What was that? Game. I called it responses. We only have one right now. So the response is what happens when you talk. Yep. That's all you get. The description. They looketh. Nice. Response. Greetings. Their name is a person's name. We'll use Dennis. And they don't have... Oh, interesting. They don't have a score. Oh, but they can have items. Right? A character or an NPC might have items I can take or might have items I need to give. Right? Because we give Dennis the trinket. If we look here, so part of the ending of the game is to give Dennis the trinket, and so maybe actually that's how you end it, I think. Yeah. So they're something might have to ask maybe on the action, as long as you gave the trinket to Dennis. You know, if there's like the target, somewhere we're gonna have to check, right? Like some action, give thing, action, noun, object. Oh, how do sentences work? Give trinket and then to Dennis, right? So as long as Dennis is the receiver, we don't want to give trinket to somebody else. We'll have to do that same thing, like talking or like looking, where it just picks the first thing that can respond. So if you only typed give trinket, we'll just look for the first thing that can receive something. And then if you're specific, that helps too. But then, yeah, it probably will be helpful to be like, oh, does Dennis, right? The conditions to win the game is, does Dennis have the trinket, right? That's how you know you won. Kind of don't have to know how he got it. As long as he gets it, you win, I think. So that might be useful. I don't know. We could change our mind, but I think it makes sense for an NPC to have items, especially if you like wanted to take them from, or like, hey, if it was like a merchant of some kind, and you were like, hey, what items do you have to sell me? They would have a list, right? That makes sense. So let's make that. So before room can work, we have to make an NPC. So let's go into our app models. I think there's a way to do this from like the command new, but it's so much easier to see the tree and then just add it. Okay, so here's the cool part about this little plugin is if I do my command shift O, it puts it spec models NPC spec. Hey, I don't have that thing, and I'm like, oh yeah, make it. Boom, put it in the right spot. It's so good. I don't know what stuff we're gonna need. We are gonna need items. We're not gonna need a room. We probably need, I don't know. We're just gonna get items, and then we'll obviously need. I deleted that too soon. We're gonna need the NPC. So then we'll rspec describe NPC do, and then we need our thing. Gotta have it. Class NPC, and we already know the list of stuff. We already got it. So this is easy. Wonk. Adder. Can we do? Is there a cool way? Oh yeah. Adder readers. They're all backwards though. Okay, so what if I do? We grab. It's not gonna work. Darn it. I was hoping I could do like a multi-cursor cool thing there, but because the strings were all different, it wasn't matching. So gotta do it by hand. Oh, no. Don't do that. Okay. Mother. Gonna keep doing it. Oh my God, I just said it. Jeez. Okay, so we need to initialize with the description. And these are out of order. Oh my goodness. My brain is working faster than my fingers and it confuses everything. Okay, description, comma, items, name. Oh, I'm doing that thing here. Response. Is there a cool way I can make all these at one time? I bet there is. Well, I can. That's not what I wanted. I could have done that so much better. Because there is a way with the multi-cursors to copy from each cursor its line, and so you could just copy paste and get all four at once, and it's pretty cool. Okay, and we want to describe what's an NPC do. An NPC is an object that has items can respond to talk and has a description. That's what it is. Pretty simple. Okay, so does our room, now that we got the NPC started, make this a little bigger. Room is mad at description and name. Missing keywords. Okay, you got to have those to make a room. So where are we making rooms? Description, name. Okay, oh, right here. So here we always need that, and we always need that. I think that'll work now. Oh, whoops. Geez, room needs like everything. It's got a lot of stuff. Okay. What? There we go. It moved to a part of the file that wasn't testable, I guess. Unknown keyword commands in our room. Oh yeah, we took those out. We didn't in game there was not really a good spot to put them when you're describing your room. So it seemed weird to okay. So actually, so command is not looking too great. I think we decided maybe against it. So we'll just take the sanity checks out for now. I probably should just comment them out. I'm not getting ahead of myself by like being convinced that we don't need them, but okay. So, now we're at a NPC does not have a response. He has a response. That would be why. Clear. Okay. And now, description is not available within the context. Where did we put that? Oh, we just made, okay. That's why. So this is where I would do this. Since we're sharing it now, no reason to type it twice, especially when you type as bad as I do. Oh, God. And we'll let name. So the room name is just main. Okay, a big room. So now that should work. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. So where are we at just with all of them? Our spec, you can't, it's capital S, guy. You can't just make stuff up. Oh, look at that. Okay. So without, we need to fill out the NPC specs, but all the other files are happy. So let's just fill this out. Oh, I think room, oh boy. Room has a good template for empty stuff. So let's steal this. So okay. They're all sanity checks. And then we don't need NPCs to be on an NPC. It does have items, so that's helpful. Defaults, we don't need, we did it again. Let's go to the bottom. don't need that one. Items is good. And then a description and a name. Hey, that's all stuff an NPC has. Ooh. Okay. And then, oh yeah, we should make an item so that we can test that that items work. And then we should make a description and a name. And the description is, they look nice. And then the name is Dennis. So, does this work? We need his response. We need a response. Go back. Okay, so, response. Response. Oh yeah, items needs to have default. That's the only thing. I think everything else you should probably have to tell, right? Oh, and then now that that has stuff, it should go at the end, and now it's going to be out of order. Oh my gosh. What have I done? It just only makes sense to keep them, right? Like when you're reading this and you see this right underneath, like it would be silly if they didn't match. Now this has to be at the end. Oh my goodness. And I don't have a new line. I don't know why my editor's not doing that. It normally does, so that's a weird thing. So now when we make Dennis, he also needs to have a response. What is Dennis's response? He's going to say, yo, dog. And so defaults, items is the only default. We can close that. Items has an override, so we check that. But then we should check all the other ones too. So let's check. We don't need that. Oop. Description. Okay. Does that work? Go up. Oh boy. Oh boy. What line is that? 23? Oh, I've messed it up. I've messed it all up. It doesn't know items. That is true. In the defaults, items should have, this one needs a response. Because those don't have any defaults. So we have to initialize with stuff, but items should still work. So where are we failing there? 26. Disagree? Do I need to make, yeah. Yep. Because we are initializing here with items, it's expecting some sort of items to exist, or like the variable items. So here we're just going to say items is an array with an item in it. Or no, empty. We're not checking that it has stuff. Oh, can't see. There we go. My font is so big. That could be throwing me off too a little bit. It's like description, run that. Good. Items, run that. Great. Love it. Now we need to copy this. And that becomes response. Oh, back to the bottom. Okay, does that, I like highlighted it all instead of, why aren't you working? 38. Yeah. So if we run this whole thing, boom, 4 examples, 0 failures. So how many we have? One. 1, 2, 3, 4. Beautiful. Okay. NPC spec written. Specs are tests are fixed. We can move on. Yeah, that feels nice. Oh yeah, to prove it. Hold on, let's just run everything. There we go. Proved it. Geez. Should I go through? I'm not. I'm just gonna write moved around stuff. No, I meant to do a quote. Moved around files to make our spec plugin extension. Oh boy. Work. Fixed all specs. Oh, we added NPC. We removed command. Removed command class, added NPC class, and then fixed all specs. Okay. Clean slate on the old source control. So this one, oops, good. Even though you won't see that, it's crossed out. Believe me. Did we finish fleshing out the models based on our new ideas? So let's look at command. Currently unused. I'm just gonna leave it. I think for right now. This is too big. So item NPC. Let's open them all up, and we'll see what we're working with here. Let's open up game as well, and then we'll just kind of peek at how we made it. You can go away for a second. We'll peek at how we made it, and then see if everything's still true. So what order does this go in? So a room. No. Why did that open? Oh, it doesn't know. It's so hard to drag. I wanted to put them in order really quick, but okay. Room. Does a player have a room? Does a room have a player? Okay, items. Everything has items, so that's last. Okay, whatever. So room is our. It's our top level thing at the moment. Currently there's no idea of items that exist outside of a room. And nothing else exists outside of a room. So a room has a name. It has its description. It has decorations, which are items you can look at, but you can't take. We could change that. You could make an item that has a gettable or takeable or something flag on it. That might be. We don't actually have a decoration object. We never tested that yet anywhere. Okay, something to think about. Because if it's the exact same thing and the only difference is it doesn't respond to get, we could probably get away with a flag on here that's fixed or something, right? And it has a score of 0, right? Because it's just something you can peek at, or maybe by peeking at it you do get points. So you could leave a score there. But yeah, we actually never tested decorations. We might need to add that. If we keep this idea of it being separate, we might need to add that. We did MPSs. Oh no, that's not what that's called. I have 4 of them. Let's fix all those. C's. Whoopsies. Okay, so NPCs are in there. Oh, yeah, exits. We did create the idea of an exit. That was to dynamically insert. Oh, yeah. I had an idea. Okay. Okay, let's keep going through this first. So items, NPCs, decorations. We didn't give a room exits. It definitely needs those. And it has to have one, probably. I would say it does. Right? You can't make a room that has no. I mean, you'd have to on purpose make it with no exits. But I think you have to define them. It would be weird if you could get away with forgetting that it's empty and then you make a room that has. Oh no! Now. So maybe that would be a good reason to make decorations the same as items, just to avoid a parameter list longer than 5, possibly. So let's go to our room. We need to add some exits. And that's an array of room names. So we'll just say south. That's one. Okay. Oh, these are out of order. Exists. Exits. Items. Am I going to... okay. I'm just going to leave it. Exits. Boom. Oh, God. I want to scoot game over. It's distracting me. It's too small. Can't see anything. Okay. Exits is not in a default, but we need to describe it down here. Oh, I did it again. Whew. I just need to learn real Vim motions so I don't have to like struggle in this weird in-between world of not knowing it and like having to manually exit. Oh. Wait, where? Oh, weird. Okay. Does this work? L. Great. Oh, that's weird. That's weird. Oh, yeah. It doesn't matter what it is. That was not what it was supposed to be. But it wasn't checking, like, are you a string array? So it worked. Okay, so a room now has exits. We fixed it. I gotta do it. I'm sorry. I just gotta do it. They gotta be in the right order. We don't want that. So room works again. Okay, so let's keep going through items. Okay, I'm going to put you back into the side. Room is done for a second. Player, we have decided nothing about a player besides they have items and a score. So moving on. Ooh, NPC. Okay, where did we get NPCs at Dennis? They have a name, a description, a response. Oh, items. We didn't include items because he is currently itemless. Oh, man. Okay, this can get kind of crazy. This could get really cool. I don't know if we want to go here yet, but like the idea that if a room has a decoration, right, we can say, look, Jimber Jam. And the game will go, okay, do any of my items are Jimber Jam? Are any of my decorations Jimber Jam? If not, are any of my NPCs named Jimber Jam? But then it could check, okay, well, does an NPC have an item called a Jimber Jam, and are you allowed to see it? Right? You could check. You could like it could look in every NPC's items list or their decorations list. Oh man. Okay. It's getting ahead of myself, I think. But it could be cool, right? If we're trying to extend this to have the look and the take commands and stuff apply to stuff that the NPC owns, and then have them be able to respond, either by saying, here you go, have it, or like, hey, that's mine. That could be cool. Okay. I'm not doing that yet, though. So the game is just going to go, when you say look, Jimber Jam, it's going to look through items. It won't have it. Then it's going to look through decorations. It will have it. And it's just going to act like you looked at Dennis's. Oh, can you look? Oh, yeah, because it says it right here. Yeah, because there might be a case, right, where Dennis has the Jimber Jam, but you don't know about it yet because maybe it wasn't in the room's description. You'd have to like look at Dennis first, and then you'd know about it. So you'd want to respond appropriately and not just say, "Oh yeah, there it is," and you're like, "Wait, what?" Okay. So NPC seems good. Oh yeah, we were still looking at item. And then items, we went with name, score, description, and get. You gets. That's amazing. I didn't notice that. You gets his young trinket. Okay. So the idea I had. Okay, so finish fleshing out models based on our new ideas. I think we did that. Let's actually. Let's actually commit that, because where are we at? Oh yeah, we did stuff. What did we do? We fixed that. There's a space missing. We added something to room. Oh, exits. Yeah. Okay, good. Fixed. Typos. Added. Asted. Exists to room. Okay. I think we did that. I mean, at least with the information we have based on. Oh, there's actually a cool way. What's the cool way in Markdown to do a checkbox? I want to do that. I don't need to, but I want to, because this is just a dumb. It might be a GitHub only thing, but I'm gonna check it out. Markdown checkbox. Oh yeah, it's extended syntax. Oh yeah, it might be specific to GitHub. Oh yeah, you do a list with squares. Does VS Code use the GitHub extended syntax? It doesn't. No. Boo. Well, we can pretend. I mean, it almost accomplishes the same thing. So these are not done yet to do. Definitely not done. That's not even like a checkbox item. That's like way far away. Okay. Oh yeah, but I think it does when you do the checkbox. It automatically. Hey, is it 2 of them? Yeah, I think the checkbox automatically does the strike through. Whatever, we can do it manually. Okay. Where are we at? Oh, an idea I had. Oh man, I missed another one. Why don't you tell me? I need. Oh my gosh! It was when I did the look replacement. I must have goofed it. Oh, all of them. Oops. Oh yeah, our diagram does not match real life anymore. It might be worth fixing that if we have to go back to it. I think that just helped us kind of spin up the idea. That's usually what I use them for. Is like quick, like, does even my main idea make sense? And then once I have that, I don't need to like keep that thing up to date. But maybe we will need to if we're rethinking stuff. But okay, gosh, let me accidentally hit it. Yeah, let me go script. I don't want go script. Commit, fix more typos. Oh yeah, I probably shouldn't have notes like in my Git history, but whatever. You go away. So, one idea I had, mouth noise. One idea I had for these exit phrases, because we're defining valid exits, we need to, so that the game knows that you can actually go there, right? You can't just type Dennis in a room that you can't go to Dennis in. So this, wherever they're at, we could put some sort of like template syntax here. I mean, we could even use like Ruby string interpolation. And then before we print that, we like replace, probably, like liquid or handlebar or whatever you want to call this. We could use a special syntax of our own to say like, hey, before you send this, to the screen, you got to check for strings to replace. That way it's dynamic. So that could be a cool way. Instead of the creator of this template needing to know, keeping track, right? It'd be kind of cool, because then, I don't know, maybe not. This phrase doesn't occur in the same place, I noticed. I think there's one where it wasn't in the main. Let's see. I think maybe he's Dennis. Oh no. It's always at the end? I'm pretty sure there's one where it's not at the end. Huh. Oh, why am I looking through items? Yeah. Well, that's cool. Is there... Let's double check, because there was a special case where, like, after you get it, maybe not. Obvious exits are north. Obvious exits are north. Oh yeah, when you look in the room. Oh, it's right here. This was the one. So after you got the trinket, after you try to get the trinket more than once, it says the normal thing, but then it does add on, I shouldn't have to tell you there is no trinket. So maybe, yeah, that'll be an interesting one, because this one is the normal look command for the room, which I don't think. Oh, interesting. Oh yeah, because you head south. So when you're in the south room, this one has the most confusing bits in it. So you head to a south, or maybe a chasm. You can't decide which. You spies the trinket. But after you get the trinket, it makes sense to not see it again, right? So if you say look after getting it, it just says a different thing. Okay. So conditional descriptions. Okay. That'll be bonus feature to do. Conditional room descriptions, because we don't know how to handle that yet. don't have a mechanism. The looking multiple times does work nice because that's the trigger. But for this one, the trigger is getting the trinket. So we need to like define, right? Like it needs to know if the player has a trinket item, then show this. And then this one, that's a whole, it's some other state we have to keep track of either on the room or on the player. So that'll be interesting. Doable for sure later. Because we just need to get them in. If we can get it to like the main game, just like playing, oh yeah, like that's so much further. So we don't, so we don't need to go there yet. So, so knowing what we know now, sorry if that is terrible. I always forget. We have a room. Oh, we need to build the parser. Oh, yikes. Okay. Build out game game parser. That is definitely not done. We could figure out how to do the loop first. That's actually not that hard. That's just how to initialize it. The original thing I'm thinking is to build it all in memory at once. I don't imagine these games are, any game you stick in here isn't going to be terribly huge. So just, have it get all the rooms together, have it get the player, have it get all the items, build all the objects that you need to play. And then the game, we need to add some stuff to the game probably. Does the game have rooms? Oh, we're in game. Yeah. We don't have, right? So after it parses the config, it needs to collect all the stuff. So I think it will just have a top level of rooms. And then each room has its own items. And yeah, we'll keep it in this little nested configuration for now. But yeah, so eventually, right? Not eventually, like kind of immediately, we need to like parse config. When you make a game, you give it a config. We had this idea about this like class method thing. Could still work. I don't know. Sometimes that's easy to like do some other setup when you want to make a new version of yourself. I keep tempting myself to, now that I like this idea, I'm like, ooh, we should do that, but that'll just add currently some unnecessary complexity. So we should see actually. Okay, yeah. So we get the game. So let's play. No, it's fine. So let's see what parse config does. So we expect config dot each map return array of rooms. No, it's just going to each do what? We know it's a room. It has to be a room. Yeah. So rooms, shovel. Oh yeah, this needs. We can set this up. So when you initialize, you get empty rooms. You don't have any yet. So then we can shovel into rooms. The room, new, and ooh. That would be kind of neat if we just gave a room all this stuff and it knew how to convert like the list of, do we want to do that? Because that would be like a room now has a parse config. We could do new from config. Ooh. And you just give it the room. Or we can just say from config. Yeah. Ooh, I like that. Right. So kind of giving each object its own from config interface, so it knows, right? Because this is going to trickle down. It's going to go down to items next, right? So we're gonna set all the main attributes, then NPCs and items. We're going to loop through those, even decorations, and do the same thing on those. So everyone will have a from config. Ooh, it's kind of neat. Might hate it later, but it makes this look really nice, right? We just add in to rooms, we create a room, and then that just sends it off to the other objects to handle it themselves. Because then all the game knows is that a room has a from config, right? That's like as little information as it can get. Yeah, let's see how this plays out. So from config, let's put a little sneak peek of what a room config looks like. Boop. Oh. Yeah, we only need one item to prove what it is, maybe. I don't know why they got so indented. And then we'll just like, yeah. So we can just see. So we should be able to say room equals room new and all the stuff we need. And if we leave these out for now, we could do this a cooler way, like slicing. Is that right? I could like slice each of the things I want out of it, and then it will like return yeah. Okay, refactoring before I am even getting it working. Classic. Exits. And name. So that's like our base room. And now, this is going to be a little gross, but until it's slow, right? Because we need to do config items, each item. And then we need to do this. I'll probably think of a better way after this, but this is my shameless green deck. Or oh yeah, we didn't make a decoration. Shoot. Config items, and then NPCs. We need to make a decoration. Darn it. Yeah. So then the room dot decorations. We'll just shovel them on. We could do a map instead of doing the shovel. Let's yeah. Ugh. Fine. You talk myself into it. Where did I go? I went to a different world. Because then we can just do pretty cool. Oh, and then since it's so simple now, is that mother of pearl? Is that worth? Uh-oh. Got my mod key stuck. Does that work? Because that's kind of neat. Because then, I mean, this just becomes. Well, I'm just going to make decorations as items for right now. And then this is NPCs. And then this becomes NPC. NPC. I mean, yeah, that could just really could loop through everything with the same name, but so that builds a room with a description with the exits, which for right now is just a string. Could be a pointer to other rooms or like a reference to another room. That could be kind of cool. A list of other rooms. Right now it's just going to be name. We'll probably, yeah. Getting ahead of myself. And then the name from the config. So that covers name, description, exits, and then everything that's a list, we have to loop through and call from config on those things so they know how to build themselves. Why are you mad? Useless setter. Because we need to return the room at the end of the day. From config, assignment site is too high. Wish you weren't a liar. Because, right, from config needs to return a room to shove into the room. So yeah, we'd like rooms actually equals. And then we could do the map like we did before. Go away. Like that. Oh, self-taught rooms? Why are you, what? Oh, at rooms. Yeah. So this is going to, oh yeah, because we could, yeah, I think if we did an adder accessor for that, it would work, but we're just going to set it. Parse config. Oh, do we even need that? It's kind of cool. Like, is that too much? Is that too much in the, I don't know. Because really, you don't even need to store it. You just build the rooms right off the bat. Oh, I don't know. I'm going to leave it because we might need access to it later or something, maybe. I don't have enough information to make that decision. So I'm going to leave it. It's going to have rooms as well. Oh yeah, we should tell the game needs a initial. Oh yeah, there could be some like initial room. Right? Where do you start? There could be initial scores, initial lives, right? How many lives do you have? There could, all that sort of stuff. Like, yeah. Or we can just call it start, maybe. Yeah. So all the stuff like that will also get kind of encoded into the config. Yeah. I like that. So game goes to room goes to everything else. So let's get an item. And then we're going to have to add, I should be adding the specs for these like before, but I'm not. So sorry. So an item from config. An item has this stuff in it. So let's steal what an item config looks like. I don't know how all those I copied with extra stuff. Okay. So this one's a little bit easier, right? So from config returns the item. So it's item new, and then we just kind of spread all this stuff. For now, I'm going to do the dumb thing of like hand picking each item. I know I can probably slice the config with just the keys that I want and do it that way, but I'm going to be explicit right here. So that's all it is. Is it better to, since it's so far away? Oops, I actually need that still. Yeah, that looks nice. Should I do that? Yeah, room, that's fine. So item from config returns a new item. That one's easy. NPC is going to be closer to room, actually, right? Because it does have items. So we do need to take care of that. Down. I have to like say it. And then my brain goes, yes, do that thing. Down. NPC has a description. Doesn't have exits. But does have a name. Has a response. So response is config response. Right. NPC. Oh, we don't need that one. And then this becomes npx. For some reason, I really want to install some node. I want to run a node command for some reason. So we take items. Oh, we didn't copy. We should copy what an NPC looks like, just for our reference. Oh, we didn't do items in our main config because Dennis doesn't have any. But we should pretend that he could. So it might look like items, and we'll just say that. So items, we go through the items, if there are any. And then they return the NPC. Item returns itself. That one's the easiest one. Is that too long? Keep doing that. Oh boy. Too much. Okay, go back. I don't know why. I like it when it's stacked. It's just easier to read. These can be one line. Yeah, they're doing all the same thing. I don't know. You'll find that I contradict myself pretty often. I just go by feel. It's like it just doesn't feel good. This feels better than having it just straight. I don't know why. Okay. We need to add. So we should see in a game that when you initialize a game, you have a collection of rooms that has right? So we need to just check. Well, actually, all we need to check is that it has rooms, right? The room can check that it has items. We can test all that stuff in each of the from configs. So, should we call it game from config? That would just make the pattern. Oh, you know what I just realized? I did that wrong on everywhere I did it. The test would have showed, but I noticed it just now. So these need to be class methods, right? Because we're just calling them. So the game, okay, yeah, because that's true. The from config needs to do some other stuff too. Game.rooms, right? Because it needs to set like initial position or whatever. So like, yeah, so game new start. I don't know. We'll just have it do that for right now, since it's the only other thing we know about a game. They start. It should have a player, maybe. We can add, no, the game itself. All the from config needs to do is just set up what it learned from the config, right? Yeah. So when you initialize a game, you don't give it a config, you give it a start. Ooh. It's kind of neat, maybe. I like where this is going, though. It's a little bit cleaner. Play becomes pass it a config, and then we make a game. We can just call from config here, since we're in another class method. Config. And then we can do like game. Oh, game start with a player. We never even made up what start does, but apparently it takes a player. Game.player equals player. I don't know. It does something like that. Who knows if we're going to need it. Wrong button. Element of P. Player. Oh. What are you mad at? What did I do? Line 6 and line 12. Oh, yeah. Doy. Don't need that. The start. Okay. Yeah. That returns the game. So we initialize the game. We know where it's going to start. We build up all the rooms from our config. That's pretty cool. And then it returns the game so that when you go to play it, you just say, oh yeah, make my game from this config. It will set up a player, and then it will start the game with that player. I think that's pretty cool. I mean, at least in theory, right? The API. So then in main, we'll just be like game.play, and that's it, because it'll choose our default game. It would be, I was thinking, I don't know if it matters, but like, can you, I don't think it matters. I could name a file whatever I want. Like, so it could be, we could call it like the dungeonman.cart, and, you could have a list of cartridges in a folder. I don't know why that sounds really fun. I think it's cool. Useless setter call to variable game. Do rooms. Oh. Players seems like that would be broken too. I'm going to make these accessors so that it will actually work. There we go. Oh, start. Yeah, you dumb dummy. So when we start, all we do is this, and then we do something. Yeah, it's like, yeah. Actually start game somewhere. Actually. So, okay. We're close. We need to finish specs, and then we've got this done. because it will have known. Now we know how to build all the things. Should we start from game spec is probably the hardest one to do now. So let's start at the easiest ones. How many? When did he? A player doesn't have a config. It probably should at some point, maybe, because there might be a reason you'd want to set up your player to have initial items or initial score. I don't know. There could be a reason. I'll leave it for now. That's getting ahead again. I'm just going to delete command because it's throwing me off. So let's open up NPC spec, and now we need to test our from config. So we're going to describe the class method from, and I need to fix that. From config. This is wrong. You're so very, very wrong. There we go. So our subject is described class dot from config. Oh no. Okay. It's just right there. I was like, did I spell that wrong everywhere? Oh man. Describe class from config, and then we're going to check it does something. We'll like expect. We'll just set some expectations on. We got a description, we got a name, we got a response. Right, that'll be because this subject will be an instance. Will be our instance, actually. So from config, and then we'll make a config. So if we good thing I copied that from, this will be a block. Yep, we got it. It's this guy. Oh, we should put an item though. Okay. And we'll make an item so that we know that it worked. We want to know that it worked. So the item, right? Because we don't want an actual item. We want a fake item, or we want a config item. That way we know that it parsed it. I don't know. It's kind of testing it in two places, but it does make sure that this gets ran properly. We could just say like expect the item class to get from config and be fine with it, but it's so small. Like I don't mind testing that this actually works. It'll be redundant, but oh well. Okay. So subject becomes, so we should expect subject dot name to equal, and since we don't have any variables for these, we're just gonna have to like type them out. Oh god. Name, description, response, items. We actually don't have to check that. We could just say that items first is a item, right? Is instance. I think that's is it instance of something like that? Because that's kind of all we really care about. What am I missing here? Expect subject to equal. Why are you mad? I don't think you're actually mad. Yeah. And then we expect description. Oh, you know what we could do? Actually, config name. Might be a little silly. It feels obvious because like, no, you're exactly doing that, but I don't know. Maybe you call these sanity checks. I don't know. Response. This will make sure that if I do want to like do the spread version later, that I do it right. You know, that I actually like know what I'm doing. Response. I've typed response as reponse. Probably every time. Let's look at RSpec. RSpec is instance of. Check instance. No. I want a matcher. RSpec matcher instance of built-in matchers. Include. Oh, is it just B? No. B within all. Equality, comparison. Is it type? Is it a type matcher? B kind of. That's what it is. Oh yeah, B instance of. So expect that thing to be instance of. That's what we want. Not is. To be instance of. Yeah, that's all I care about. I don't want to. I'll test that this works in the other place. So, what do we got here? How close are we? How bad are we doing? Undefined method items for an instance of hash. So I made a boo-boo of assuming that you could call config dot items. That's no. Did I make that same mistake everywhere? And nobody told me. Yep. Oh, yep. Let's see if we can do this in one go. So if we do config dot, give me a cursor. Can go bonk, bonk, bonk. Oh, over. Close it. Oh, yeah. So good. So go back to here. Now what are we failing at? Okay. Oh, cool. So now we just need to fix from config on item. I think we got all the way. Let's see if we turn that off. Does the rest of it work? Oh, no, it doesn't because I got to turn that off. Oh my gosh. Hey, so if you like undo all your specs, do they work? Yeah. Cool. Okay, that does work. So that will work once we fix item. We can actually probably copy most of that. Open up the item spec, close our sanity. The config is different. It's just this guy. Yep, right there. Bonk. Bonk. Easy. So we can do the same thing. We can expect the name. We can expect the description. Response becomes score. And that's it. And we change this to self dot. So does an item work? Oh boy. We are cooking. Like that. Okay. Item is good. NPC is good. Yeah, we'll leave that. We'll leave these in there for now. Okay, so room is the last one. Bonk. Did I leave? Nope. Open up one of those. Let's just grab all that. So the room config, it has more stuff. Okay. Uncomment scooch you all over. One more time. How'd that happen? Oh no, you're just off. Get back there. Okay. And what do we check? It's got a name. It's got a description. We'll just check that it has an item. That looks like an item. Oh, and then we need to check descriptions, NPCs, decorations. Should be an item. And then NPCs. Is it instance of an NPC? And we did the thing wrong again. So we're going to do subject. Oh, no. Yeah, that should work because it's a rooms items. That does have the method. Yeah. Yeah. Is that the only bits? Oh, exits. Exits. Exists. To be exits. Okay. How are we doing? How are we doing? Oh. Yep. Good thing we wrote these. Oh man, we would have blown up so many times. Oh boy. Oh, this was where I made the same bug. Close you. So we want these setters because that's a nice way to do that. And currently they're readers. I'm just going to change it to accessor until I don't need all of them to be, but like instead of switching back and forth between them all, we're just going to open it up. Did I need to do that for anything else? That's interesting. Like in the NPC? How did the NP, this should not have worked. NPC.items equals. Did we not give the config items? We did. How did that work? Oh. Yep. Remember when I commented it out and I was like, yeah, it works. Yep. Okay. Super smart. Super duper smart. Okay. NPC. Now are you good? Yeah. Okay. What was the other one? Room. Item doesn't have stuff, so that one was fine. Or doesn't have any list of things, so we didn't need to loop on it. So that should be good. Okay. Whoa, what is going on here? Oh, nope. Yeah, that's right. You're wrong. So if we from config, cool. Okay. We didn't build it yet. So, we just didn't do, oh yeah, we did. Exits is config exits. Description and name. That should not be the case. An accessor on everything. And then room NPCs, you map from config. That should give us, okay, so what do we, Well, let's fix this first. Why aren't the exits being set? Config. We call the class come from config exits. Did I spell it? It's probably a stupid typo. Items, decorations. Okay, NPCs. Okay, those look good. What about in here? Oh, is that right? Oh, yep, that's right. Okay, items. Yep. Okay. Oh, That's why that one's broke. See, I told you. I told you. Okay, so the last two are subject decorations expected to be an item, and it was nil. Oh, I know exactly why. Yep. We just need to plug in something there. So let's make a decoration, be a parapet, and you get a score of 0. And I think an item has to have a get. Oh, that would be interesting. What if it was just an item that didn't have a get? Oh. So this can be nil. And that's fine. Yeah. And that's what a decoration is. It's just an item you can't get. Oh. I like that. I think I said that before, but now it kind of just hit me that I don't need a flag. I just need to know if there's nothing defined on the get, you can't get it. Oh man, great. So I need to add that as a spec somewhere. Whew. NPCs. Let's get our game. Let's grab our NPC from our little guy. Where's my little guy? There he is. Room spec. Perfect. There's a lot of duplication here, but I don't care. I think it's nice to be, you don't have to go looking around. You know exactly what you're looking at. So yeah, I'm fine with us having too many lines. Now we get it. Okay. Undefined method map for nil on config items. Okay. So in here, our config items. From config. Oh, NPC got mad. Because it had no items. Oh. But wait. Oh, so this needs to safely. That's what needs to happen. Yeah. So anywhere we could have an empty, right? If you don't include the items in the config, it needs to safely handle that. So that needs to be in the spec as well. We should test that, right? So where do we do that? We can just say context when config does not have items, and we expect it not to error. It is expected to not raise error. That's kind of all I care about. Like it shouldn't. So if we make a new config down here that has no items, I don't care that it works besides the fact that it doesn't blow up. Oh boy. So I think if we run that, oh yeah. If you expect an error to be raised, you have to do it like this. Expect block subject sub. Oh, where's my J? Jeez. I like lift my hands up and then I lose my little, am I off by 1 here? Okay. Okay, that works. So we can, to test that actually works, if we put that back, we're gonna explode. We should have, we need to omit it. Oh, wrong thing. It wasn't that it needs to be empty. It needs to be nil, which means not included. So this will blow up. Boom. Oh, man. Yeah, perfect. So we need to do that for all the places that could not have bits. Oh, boy. Okay, so NPC is done. Well, let's fix room, right? Because these could all be empty. That room could not have decorations. And I don't want you to force you in the config to have an empty array for that. So you should just be able to not pass it, and that means the same thing. So, right, all the rooms that don't have NPCs. I think in our config, we were explicit, but I don't want you to have to be, right? That would be cool if it supported not passing that stuff. So we'll do that. And then in our spec, we just need to add the same context that the NPC spec had. So let's do one for each of those. When config does not have items. Ooh, we could do, is that, if I have A1, B2, dot without B, I thought without omit. No, there's a way to get the key, the whole hash just without one except. Oh yeah, dang. Okay, we can fix NPC spec. Open. So I think we can do super dot without. Nope. Except super. Ooh. Except items. Because that super, the way super works here is it will call to the previous definition of that same variable. So does that work? Oh, I'm in. You can't do that. Implicit argument passed of super. Oh, I think I need to do this. Undefined method except expect. Accept. Cool. And we should accept it. We should accept it to blow up here. Boom. Cool. That'll make defining these a lot easier, right? Because now we just have to now in the room spec, we can say config, accept items, config, accept decorations, config, accept. I should have just copied that decorations and NPCs. So let's prove that this blows up. That didn't prove it. Excuse me. Squeeze me. What is our config? Our config has decorations. And I would expect hold the phone. Why? Did I do the wrong one? That one. Oh, okay. Yeah. I must have clicked on like items or something. Yeah, so we can just for sanity explode. Okay, so put them back. Run it again. Ooh, nice. So if we test all of from config, beautiful, beautiful. We fix those. Is there anybody else that we forgot? Nope. Okay. What other config.mpcs? Only one. Decorations. Only one. Because a person doesn't have decorations. Do we even need... Wait a minute. We don't even need decorations. Since we just make items that don't have gets. Oh, is that better? Where do we use them? Where do we use it? Yeah, so that just means that a parapet goes in the items list. It is simpler. I really like it. Okay. I'm taking it out. That's going to be annoying, but I'm taking it out. It's just so easy to make an item a decoration by not giving it a get. It seems silly to have both when they're so close to being the same thing. Yeah, Jimber Jam is just an item you can't get. I mean, it could even be Dennis's item. Still. I want that to work. I want that to work so bad that I'm going to force the code to make it work. Oh boy. So the room doesn't have items, but Dennis does. Yeah. Because it's his Jimber Jam. It's gotta make sense. Oh. And I think we're all tabbed. Weird. Nope. And then you guys are tabbed. Yeah. Okay. I like that. Even though it's going to be a little harder. I like it better. Okay. So decorations, we need to find and just get rid of it all. Not going to happen. We changed our mind. And it makes my method list exactly 5. It will stop yelling at me. Ooh, oh, it's nice. Okay. Decorations. No, pretend that never happened. Pretend we never needed it. Room spec. Get out of here. The spec actually told us. That was actually one of the things, right? It was like, well, these are so close, I'm just going to let it be an item. And then I was like, holy cow. It is an item. It's just an item you can't get. Oh, we need to fix that on item. Okay, so let's test room spec. It's all good. Okay. I think the last thing. We're not going to get to this. This is going to be later. Next week. But I think we got our parser pretty much done. Actually, we have the config parser. We need to build the input parser next time. Build input parser. Yeah, that's next time. Okay. What did I say we were doing? We were doing... Was it item? I lost track. I lost my train of thought. Item, description. Oh yeah, it was this. It was adding a allowance for get to be nil. So we need to check that. So this, let's see. Do we have, oh, we don't have defaults. So I think I'm allowed to do, no, I think it has to be, no, I think that's allowed. I think if you call it, it'll be like, you said there was going to be something there, but there's not. So you can't have this, even if get, right? Because it's thinking there's, I mean, even if I do that, that's fine. But that is saying there should be a get variable somewhere and it's not there. So I think to make the test fully accurate, I think we want that. Or, you know what? This is what we want. We want context defaults. This is how I've been doing it. Do right on a, where do we do this? NPC. Do we have sanity checks? Yeah, so here was where I would like omit something and then just check it. Yeah. So we can do a description, a name, and a score. Score, and then expect get to be nothing. If I'm on here long enough, I'm going to start doing voices, and that's going to be real funny. Okay. Yeah, that's the defaults. Oh, nice. Let's go back, do the whole file. Cool. So if we bundle exec r spec. Oh, command. Command is gone. Where'd you go? Oh, the command spec. We just need to delete that. Get out of here. Run it all. Ooh, looking good, looking good. We changed so many things. I don't even want to. What did we do? Oh, we didn't do game tests. I'm gonna leave it. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it. Game tests. Where's game spec? Let's leave it broken. I think that will help. We should. Oh boy. Clicking wrong buttons here. We should make, right, for every method that's not private, we should have a test for it. So instead of def, we're going to describe, and then I'll do that. And then these I just got to change. Oh my God. Learn how your keyboard works. Why did that do that? Oh. What? You got spaced all weird. You're there. Okay, it was supposed to be faster. It was definitely not faster the way what I was trying to do. And then these should these blow up? I need to make these blow up somehow. I could expect something. Right, what do these expect to happen? Start expects to set a player. So we would have subject equals described. I'll make an instance. Instance dot start. I mean, yeah, we'll just let it all break, right? So it expect subject dot player? No, not subject. Described instance dot player to not be nil. That should blow up. And then from config, we expect to get a game back. So subject is described class dot from config. We're going to have to pass a whole config into there. And then it expect. What do we expect? We expect the subject. Or we can say it is expected now, yeah. Is expected to be instance of game. That'll work for that. Play. Do we have play? Yeah, so play, we can expect to call from, we don't really know what play is. We'll say we'll just expect it to call from config and game start, maybe. That one will actually pass because that's what we're actually doing. Subject is described in, nope. It's the class play, and it, oh yeah, we'll just call play because that takes a default. Yeah. And then we'll just say it expect. Oh, we need to call after. It's a little trick. I don't know if it's super readable, but basically to expect that something happened, you have to have called subject at some point. So now I can do expect described, or I don't know the instance. Oh no, I could say expect described class to receive I before E except after C. Yep. To receive from config with game config. Yeah, that one, right? So we know that we called it with that. And then I don't know the instance because I don't have a handle. So I could just say expect any instance to get start, which is not a great pattern, but because I'm kind of just like, somebody got the message. Where's my, yep, of described class to receive play start. Something like that. Does this one actually work? Undefined method, thy dungeon man, for class game config. It's not a method. It is a constant. Oh, it's mad here. Is that how that works? Oh, neat. Okay, so we're breaking in a good spot. It will tell us exactly where we have to come back to, but I think we did that. I'm gonna call it good. Okay. Awesome.